All right, so get this. We're diving into the world of red squirrels today, but not for the cute stuff you might think.
Yeah, not the bushy tails and hiding nuts.
Exactly. We're talking about something much smaller, like microscopic.
Yeah, we're looking at this new study about red squirrels over in Italy, and it turns out they might be carrying around this bacteria, Campylobacter jejuni.
Campylobacter jejuni.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
it's a mouthful.
Yeah, it is, but it might be more familiar than we think.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Have you ever had just like the worst food poisoning ever?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I think most people have at some point.
I know, I definitely have.
Yeah. And Campylobacter is usually one of the things that causes that. And it's found in a lot of different animals, mostly birds, other mammals. But this is the first time that scientists have actually found it in red squirrels.
So is this like a big deal that they found it in red squirrels?
I think it kind of is because, like, imagine you're a detective and you're working on a case and you suddenly find a clue in a place you never expected it to be. It just opens up a whole new avenue of research. So finding Campylobacter in this new species is really interesting.
I see. So how did they even like figure this out with the red squirrels?
Well, they did a study in Italy in a national park and they trapped a bunch of squirrels.
Like how many squirrels are we talking?
60?
60 squirrels.
60 red squirrels, yeah.
And are they like hurting the squirrels?
No, they're not hurting them at all. They actually have to use special traps to make sure that they don't injure the squirrels. And then they're taking samples from them. So they're taking rectal swabs, which basically means they're collecting samples from the squirrels' rectums to test for this bacteria.
So they're just looking to see if the bacteria is there,
Exactly.
and then they just let them go.
Yeah, they release them right back where they found them safe and sound.
That's good.
Yeah, it's all very humane.
So that seems like a pretty adventurous day out in the field.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you have to be really quick and efficient and just make sure the squirrels are handled properly and you're not stressing them out too much. But it's definitely an exciting kind of job.
Yeah. So after all that, what did they find out of the 60 squirrels?
Well, out of those 60, only 8.3% of them actually tested positive for Campylobacter.
So not that many,
No, not that many.
but still they found it.
Yeah, that's what we call a low prevalence, which just means it's not widespread in the squirrel population, but it's still there, which is what makes this discovery so interesting.
You're like finding a rare seashell on the beach.
Exactly. Like, how did that get there?
Yeah. So how did the squirrels even get it in the first place?
That is the big question, isn't it? Like, is it a squirrel-to-squirrel thing, or is there something else going on?
Yeah. Where did it come from?
Well, ecosystems are really complex. It's like a giant web where everything's connected. So it could have come from birds because they're known to carry Campylobacter.
Oh, so the birds could have given it to them.
Exactly. Or it could be from other mammals in the park, maybe even contaminated food or water.
Oh, wow. So many possibilities.
Yeah, it's a real puzzle, and scientists need to do more research to figure it out.
Yeah, like a real detective case.
Exactly.
So we've got squirrels with bacteria. Why should we care?
That's where the idea of One Health comes in. This idea that the health of humans and animals and the environment are all connected. It's all linked.
Yeah.
Like a three-legged stool, if one leg is weak, the whole thing's going to wobble.
So what's going on with these squirrels in Italy could actually impact us humans too.
Exactly. It's all connected. It's like having an early warning system.
Mm.
If we can understand how a bacteria behaves in one species, we might be better prepared to deal with it if it ever jumps to humans.
So does this mean we should all be like scared of squirrels now?
Oh, no, not at all. Like, you don't have to avoid squirrels or anything.
Okay.
This study doesn't mean you're going to catch Campylobacter just from seeing a squirrel in the park. The chances are pretty slim.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
But it does make you think about like washing your hands and stuff, right?
Yeah, for sure. Washing your hands after touching animals or even just being outside is always a good idea. And, making sure your food is cooked properly. That's just basic food safety.
Right.
Simple things, but they can make a big difference.
So to recap, we got these squirrels in Italy, and they've got this bacteria Campylobacter, which the first time it's been found in this species.
Right.
And even though there aren't a ton of squirrels with it, it still brings up some questions about how it got there and how it might be spreading.
Yeah, and it really highlights how connected everything is, animal health, human health, and the environment. It's all part of that One Health concept.
Like a domino effect.
Exactly what affects one part of the system can have a ripple effect on everything else.
Yeah, it really makes you think about all the things we don't even know about, right?
Absolutely. And there are so many questions that this study brings up, like how common is this bacteria in other squirrel populations around the world? Is this just an isolated thing in Italy or?
Yeah. Or are they like all over the place?
Yeah, exactly. And What makes it more likely to spread? Are there certain things, the environment, or certain behaviors that make squirrels more susceptible?
So many questions.
Yeah, and the big question is how can we minimize the risk to humans? That's where the whole One Health idea comes in.
Right, because if we can figure out how to keep squirrels healthy, then maybe we can keep ourselves healthy too.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
all about seeing the big picture and understanding how everything is connected and working together, human health, veterinary medicine, environmental science.
All those different fields.
Yeah, all working together to find solutions.
It's a team effort.
It is.
So it's not just about squirrels and bacteria anymore. It's about like protecting our planet and everyone on it.
It really is.
That's a big responsibility.
It is, but it's also pretty exciting, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, it really is.
It's a reminder that we're all part of this huge web of life, and even these tiny creatures can have a big impact.
Yeah, so next time you see a squirrel running around, think about all that's going on with them that we don't even realize.
Right. There's a whole world beneath the surface, and the more we learn about these connections, the better we can protect ourselves and the environment.
And that's what this deep dive was all about, exploring those connections and hopefully sparking some curiosity along the way.
Absolutely. So keep asking questions, stay curious, and remember there's always something new to discover.
You never know what's out there.
That's right.
Well, that's all the time we have for this deep dive. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks for having me.